Titans quarterback Cam Ward, Coach Callahan has been very complimentary of your timing, your footwork, your recognition of protection schemes and throughout the preseason. What's been your biggest takeaways getting your feet wet at this level?
I'll say my biggest takeaway is just trying to continue to move the ball, not getting behind the sticks, trying to stay above the sticks as much as I can, and then also just continue to try to lead guys and try to score the ball every drive. That's our goal, whether it's with a field goal or with a touchdown, and we just got to come together at the end of the day and keep on playing good football.
You got some vets in your wide receiver room, Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett, Van Jefferson. What's it been like building chemistry with those guys?
It's been good, especially those three guys who's played a lot of NFL football. They teach me a lot, and they don't even know it, just by how a route should go. Then I think the biggest thing about those guys, they also listen, especially seeing my point of view. I think that's what this whole preseason and training camp, we've been able to get on the same page because they got to think what I think. It's vice versa. So I'm excited to have those three guys. I know they're going to make plays for me, and I make sure I put the ball in their hands.
On the other side of the ball, you got Jeff Simmons. You got a very strong D-line, some potential back there in the secondary. What excites you most about those guys complimenting you?
I know they're going to give me the ball as much as they can. I think that's one of the best defenses out there from top to bottom. Starting with Hook back there in the deep end. I got my cousin Q out there, Wood out there in the back. And then the D-line, they where everybody think they is. Jeff Simmons leading the pack. I think Femi's had a great training camp. Arden Key. So I think we got some dogs up there. And, we're ready to get to week 1 Denver and try to get a win.
Well, thank you. Best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Final preseason game for the #1 overall pick, Cameron Ward. Here's a look at what he did this preseason. 7 drives, led his team to 14 points. Completion percentage less than 53%. No touchdowns, no picks, but trying to pick up his rhythm, trying to keep pace here at the NFL level. And the Titans head into the regular season now. Their week 1 matchup on the road against Denver. Let's get right to the site. Welcome to the men who called this game, Charles Davis and Jason McCourty, who join us from Nashville, where the Titans get the win in their final preseason game. Cameron Ward, the #1 pick, played in all 3 preseason games. He failed to throw a touchdown. His completion percentage less than 53%. Charles, what's your takeaway from his preseason performance?
I thought it was good throughout, and I realize that numbers aren't going to blow people away, but it's playing the position of quarterback and maturing quickly that's impressed me the most, because playing that position, as Jason knows very well, isn't necessarily, did you throw a lot of touchdown passes, did you do all of this? He's going to have those days. Yeah. But he finished the entire preseason not turning the ball over, which is very unusual for a rookie quarterback. He's got a great sense to understand when to take a sack, get out of bounds, throw the ball away. All those things are happening for him at a nice level. Now, when it gets to Denver, it's going to quicken. But I really think that overall, it's a nice start for him.
I would agree, and you talked about not having a turnover, but I think with that, he also attempted to drive the ball down the field. He made some big plays with his arm. So I think you're going to continue to see the maturation of Cam Ward. But if you're a Tennessee Titans fan, you're extremely happy about what you've seen and what you've heard from Cam Ward as a quarterback and as a leader.
Charles, you spent some time. You got to sit down with Cameron Ward to talk some ball with him. What would you say defines a successful season in his rookie year?
I'd say him continuing to ascend as a quarterback and play the position with football intelligence. And he already does that, but there will be more thrown at him. Watching how he goes through the season, Jason mentioned, hey, he's not afraid to push it downfield, but also watching how he rides that line of, do I push it downfield? Do I check it down? Do I take that shot downfield, or do I live to fight for another down? All of those things. And how does he comport himself if Tennessee goes through a stretch where they lose 3, 4, 5 games in a row, in case that happens? How is the team going to look at him? Because they will look at him to know, what's our barometer? How should we be acting in the locker room? It's a lot to pile on the shoulders of a rookie quarterback, but that's what you get when you're the #1 overall pick. And I do think, Jason, that he will handle himself quite well.
I do too. And the first test with Vance Joseph and that defense, it's an aggressive one. He's going to be blitzed. Yeah. He's going going to have to do a lot of things post-snap and with that defense moving all around. So success for him is, like you said, you got to be able to recognize those and not ride the wave of an NFL season, of the ups and the downs, of just continue to show the guys, not only in that locker room, but also the brass around this Tennessee Titans organization, that you got the right guy for the job, and I'm going to continue to grow as the roster around me does.
Jason, you started your career in Tennessee with the Titans. Cameron Ward described the offense as very mid during training camp, which is what the kids say, 6'7". That's a shout out to my kids. How would you describe the Tennessee offense right now? Exactly. How would you describe the Tennessee offense right now heading into the regular season?
I think it's one that's growing. I think there are still some question marks, but where they were a year ago, where there were an offensive line that couldn't protect the quarterback, one that struggled at different moments, they've revamped that. They've gone out and they've brought guys in that are experienced, that are veterans. Now for Cam Ward, it's about finding out who those weapons are going to be on the outside. Calvin really obviously is going to be his go-to target. We've seen that early in the preseason. Now, Van Jefferson had a big game tonight with a nice long pass, but who are the other guys? Io Maynard, can he step up? Can DK, can he step up? Can they make plays to make things easier on Cam Ward, CD?
And can they move people in the running game to give Tony Pollard-Tyjae Spears an opportunity? Gunnar Helm, the fourth-round pick out of Texas, a tight end is often a quarterback's best friend, especially a young quarterback. That'll help in a big way. But I'll be honest with you, Akeem, I think that he nailed it. It has been very mid, because remember, this new offensive line that they're counting on hasn't played together yet. They haven't had full time. Lloyd Cushenberry missed the entire preseason because of the Achilles last year. Kevin Zeitler, as a veteran with 198 starts, didn't play at all in the preseason. J.C. Latham didn't play tonight. So they still have to knit it together. And Jason said, don't forget, they're going to go see Vance Joseph in Denver. Now, the good thing, Denard Wilson throws a lot at them in practice here as their own defensive coordinator. But, boy, the speed's going to be on warp speed when they get into that altitude in Denver. Let's see how that comes together, because I think he's right. They are very mid right now. But to be frank, I wouldn't expect them to be anything but that right now. They have a lot of room to grow. As you mentioned, Titans open the regular season on the road against Denver. Charles Davis and Jason McCourty open the season in Indianapolis, calling Dolphins Colts on CBS. Men, good to spend a couple minutes with you here on CBS Sports HQ. Looking forward to seeing you throughout the season. Appreciate their time here on CBS Sports HQ. Two of the best in the business. Count on Sundays. CBS and Paramount Plus, your home for the NFL. 6 games on CBS in Week 1. Aaron Rodgers facing his former team when the Steelers visit the Jets. CBS Sports HQ, the destination for pregame and postgame coverage all season long.